Dublin City's coldest, you should know this. I've been rapping like a veteran, not a novice. Different flow when I drop a track. Guys, we are back with the From Mars to Sirius album. We've done probably 75% of the album at this point, and I've been looking at the comment section of the Hellfest 2013, the last video I did for Gojira, the Where Dragons Dwell video. Scrolling through the comments like I usually do before I film, just to see what the kind of more popular comments were. And there is a comment here from Karl Johnson, who I've seen his name pop up a lot over the last few months, so I appreciate you, Karl, for sticking around. Karl said, I don't want to overhype it, but the outro riff from In the Wilderness on this album is soul-blowing. So now we have a scapegoat. If I don't like this track, I can just say it's Karl's fault because he overhyped it. If you've been sticking around lately, guys, if you've been watching the last few Gojira reactions, I haven't had the best experience with the musical side of things. Obviously, the Where Dragons Dwell performance was fucking insane, if my dog doesn't stop barking. But the first two tracks on the album, which we did, haven't been my favourite now. It's still probably my favourite album based on what I've heard so far, purely because we've got, like for example, Flying Whales, The Heaviest Man of the Universe. We've got some huge tracks on this album, so yeah, hopefully this one lives up to the hype that Karl has built for it. And so it's completely Karl's fault. You guys can blame him if I don't like it, because he's hyped it up loads. But yeah, we continue with the theme of humans fucking up the planet. You know, Gojira, big environmentalists, which is, you know, it's a weird kind of element that they add to their music. Their music being so sinister and dark, it's weird to hear like a very positive, or, well, not really positive, but you know what I mean, it's a very deep message to have in music that is so heavy, you know. So anyway, guys, we're going to jump in. We have a lyric video as well, not as if we were going to need it, because I'd imagine my jocks are going to be around my ankles for half of the video anyway. I won't be paying attention to the screen unless Karl was lying. No, I'm putting way too much pressure on Karl. Karl, I'm sorry. I appreciate the comment, man. And yeah, let's just jump into it. What the hell? I'm pausing there because there is no good time to pause with Gojira. They just constantly keep hitting you with more shit, and I know people are going to be like, you're fucking pausing it on the drop. It's like, there is no drop. It's never ending drops. I thought there was going to be lyrics in this video, but it's actually in the description, so I am reading along. But it's just, I find it so funny and hard to get used to with such an aggressive sound, and then the message is so like environmentally friendly. So he just said, living respectfully, lower your axe and learn from the trees, which is just like, it's such a like soft message in such an aggressive tone, which is just hilarious. And funny enough, I remember when I started listening to Gojira, people had mentioned that they were like big environmentalists and they're really like green friendly. And they said that in many ways a lot of people are turned off by the band because of that, because they listen to the music and they can't get into their tracks purely based on what they're saying, because they're just like, they can't get into that zone. So it hasn't really affected me that much. It's just I notice it and I think it's kind of funny, but I could probably see why some people might get turned off by that, because if you're like in the gym and you're listening to like aggressive lyrics, it can help. Although the sound is so aggressive, and if you happen to catch a lyric about like fucking fixing trees and shit and doing your riff for the environment, it might be somewhat of a deterrent for, like, I suppose, any motivational value. I don't know, maybe people are motivated by different things, and I'm not trying to say, because I know people will take this out of context, where like, oh, you're against fixing the environment and all this kind of shit. No, it's not what I'm saying. It's just from a motivational standpoint, they can see why people might listen to them for the instrumental value that they have, but then they might get turned off by the lyrics. But then there's the flip side of that, where people might love that because of the lyrics. So
passageways into the deep, invitations to explore the forest, light as nails in chambers.
I like this riff. I wish this was a lot louder, like. I feel like there's still a lot more to be offered in this riff. It's kind of annoying that it's fading away. Like, that sounds so good, but it sounds like it's down a fucking tunnel. Alright, I get the idea. But yeah, no, from now on, any requests have to go through Karl first, because Karl has revived the Gojira hype, because we went 2 back-to-back studio versions of tracks where I wasn't the biggest fan. Then we did the live version of Where Dragons Dwell, which was really fucking good. From like an instrumental like point of view, I wasn't the biggest fan of the track from like replay value. And then scrolling through the comments, I was like, I really need a big track to get this hype going again. Karl drops a comment. All the pressure was on Karl. He fucking delivered. So from now on, anyone who wants to request anything in this video, so in the comments of this video, you're gonna have to tag Karl Johnson. Just say, Karl, is it alright if Drew reacts to this? Okay, so any Gojira requests, guys, make sure you ask Karl. They will not be valid requests if you do not say, Karl, can Drew react to this? Okay. Fucking love that outro. That is exactly what I'm looking for, guys. I mentioned it in previous videos that I can't describe it, but that is exactly what I want from Gojira. That's what made me fall in love with them. That's what I want. Even if the track is mediocre all the way up to the point of the outro, or maybe even just the intro. If the intro is amazing like that, I'm happy. All I need is one section of the song to get me going back to it, and then eventually I'll start to like other parts of it. But if a track just isn't have any of them parts, then I'll never go back to it, because there's no section of it, or even if it's like a 30-second segment of the track that's amazing, let me know about it. I might start listening to it. The Gojira hype is back, guys. Make sure you ask Karl in the comment section, can I listen to a track? Because that's a guaranteed way to find out if I'm going to like it or not, is if Karl approves. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching the video. I appreciate Karl letting me know which track to listen to, even though hundreds of you guys did, but I just happened to pick Karl's and it was a good idea. Please do drop a like if you did enjoy, subscribe to the channel so you do not miss any further reactions. I'm signing out, guys. Take it easy. Cheers.